Welcome to FoodGrads Tips on a Winning Resume from the eLoft Careers team. By the end of this video, you will understand the key components of a great FoodGrad resume that will help you to showcase your top qualifications to a potential employer. We will share with you a great example 2-page FoodGrad resume and walk you through it section by section. Let's get started. Let's start with some quick tips on contact information trends. Your contact details go at the top of the page and become your new letterhead to use at the top of your cover letter and all other documents you create to support your job search. Be sure to keep your contact details outside of a header and within the body of the main document, as some applicant scanning systems will not pick up information presented in a header or footer. Use the name that you go by every day. For example, my name's Elizabeth, but I'm known as Liz, so I have Liz at the top of my resume. You don't need to include your full address. City and province is sufficient. Be careful when posting your resume online not to provide too much personal information due to the risk of identity theft. One situation where you may be asked for your full address on the resume is when working with recruitment agencies. Use one phone number and make sure it has a voicemail facility with a professional sounding voicemail message. Make sure your email address is professional, first and last name preferably. No partyguy@hotmail.com, please. If you have a professional LinkedIn profile, you can include the URL for easy employer access to your page. Other social media handles may or may not be relevant depending on your role. If you're in a more creative type of position, then a personal website or social media account that supports your professional brand could be advantageous to include. Remember, it's not about including personal social media information, rather it's about the professional you. The next major section is typically the profile. Think of this as a summary or snapshot of your professional background. Its purpose is to introduce yourself and pique the interest of the reader. It should be 3 to 4 sentences in length maximum and can include a key skills and attributes section. Let's look at the paragraph component first. This area can include a summary of your background, such as the fact that you're a recent graduate, and a short objective about the type of work you're seeking. Include a statement about your brand or key differentiators. This food grad is recognized for their organizational skills and attention to detail and can work in teams or independently. Then you can add a little bit about technical capabilities relevant to your goal job, as this person has done. Let's focus now on the key skills and attributes section. This section should be customized to the job and is good for getting past applicant tracking systems that will scan your resume looking for keywords. What do you have that matches to the job? Include the key skills here. This person has identified great transferable skills that they've gained through work, volunteer experience, and projects completed at school, etc. For example, research is a skill that they may have developed through school, which is looked for by their target employer. Make sure you've done your research and adapt this section accordingly for each job posting, as the top half of page 1 of your resume will play a key role in successfully landing an interview. The next section we're going to look at is education and courses. There are different ways to lay out the resume, but when you're a new grad, education typically comes before the experience section. Items in this section should be listed in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent and working backwards in time. This job seeker starts with their Honours Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry and Biochemistry. They list the institution underneath and year of graduation. You could add the GPA if it's strong and likely to impress, like this grad who maintained a 3.7 GPA. Otherwise, you can leave out this information. High school is fine to include initially after graduation, but once you have 5 years of experience in the workforce, this is probably going to drop off the resume as it becomes less relevant. The final item in this section is the Smart Serve certification, which is a good course for a food grad to include as it is relevant to the industry. The next section is relevant experience. In this section, we have brought together a blend of paid work, volunteer work, and school projects to show the employer this person has a variety of different experiences relevant to them. The reality is you have a lot to offer a potential employer, but in the early stages of your career, you need to think broadly about the skills and knowledge you've gained from a wide range of experiences, what we call relevant experiences. Again, these are laid out in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent and working backwards in time. Let's take a look at the first item. This grad worked at Foxy's restaurant as a server from 2017 to present, so they're still working there. The dates are placed on the far right-hand margin, 2017 to present. Underneath the job title, they have listed some accomplishments during their time working there. These can be placed in the present tense as they're still working there. All past experience would be placed in the past tense. If we look at the last bullet around processing payments and balancing cash, this tells the employer that this person can be trusted to handle money, a good example of relevant work experience. The next item in this section is FoodGrads Campus Ambassador. This is a volunteer position which they held and is relevant to their goal job within the food industry. A nice addition to the resume. Next, we have a school project listed. You'll notice that they've listed the months as it was for a short period of time. Again, they have some great accomplishments that demonstrate this grad can work in a team, has research skills, communication skills, and a successful outcome. Finally, they list relevant work experience as a quality assurance technologist with 2 excellent accomplishments highlighting relevant technical skills application. Our full-length Resumes That Win course will teach you more about identifying, capturing, and presenting your relevant experience on your resume for maximum impact. The next section, Additional Volunteer Work and Extracurricular, is a catch-all section for all other experience worth mentioning but not directly relevant to the goal job in the food industry. Include information that says something positive about the professional you. In this resume, this food grad has a variety of different volunteer and extracurricular activities that demonstrate leadership, team skills, customer service and communication skills, as well as organizational skills. All of their experiences in this section combined speak to someone capable of interacting with people of all ages and backgrounds, as well as adaptability. The final few sections on this resume provide additional information valuable to an employer. These are optional sections to consider and should be included if relevant to your goal job. In this resume, the grad has included technical skills and a number of technical areas relevant to their goal job, such as lab and QC testing. They also have added an awards and recognition section to highlight their Employee of the Month while at Foxy's Bar and Grill. This tells future employers that this individual was valued by their former employer and will strengthen their credibility in the potential employer's eyes. Finally, they have included a range of interests that demonstrate team skills, creativity, and a passion for animals. Make sure that whatever you include in here, you're able to talk about in more detail if probed at the interview. Before we finish up, let's take a brief look at other sections to consider in the resume. Languages. Include any languages you speak as well as your level of fluency for an added competitive advantage. Publications and/or speaking engagements. If you've had anything published or been involved in delivering presentations to large groups, associations, organizations, or student bodies, these would be a great addition to your resume. Congratulations on taking the time to review our sample FoodGrad resume. To learn more about building a resume that wins, check out our full course along with other great job search courses at our website, www.elofcareers.com. As a bonus, FoodGrads and Elof Careers have partnered to provide you with a discount on any courses purchased. Use the code FoodGradSave for a 15% discount at the checkout when you buy any Elof Careers course. Good luck, and we look forward to supporting you in landing a great food industry position.